I know you will. I know you will.
Don't include me. Still here we are.
Both of us lonely.
Longing for
Shelter.
shelter from all that we see. Why should we worry? No one will care, girl. Look at the stars now, so far away.
We got tonight. Who needs tomorrow?
We've got tonight, baby.
Why don't you stay?
Deep in my soul,
How are you going, Clint? I'm working on it, mate. Morning. Shout out to Talbro. I have family in Jobstown, in Killinarden, and in Fettercairn. I used to date one of my first girlfriends is from Tally, Jenny O'Brien. She lives near the square. You know, I've had a bit of experience with women, let's say. It was always going to be that way with me.
New single that's been out maybe 10
My
days.
father was a womanizer.
Those of you who have not heard it, I will tell you that it was written and produced by
What can I say?
Lionel Richie of the Commodores.
I'm very like my dad, but I am not a gay. Shout out to the LGBT community all around the world. I'm a big fan of Alice in Wonderland, Shirley Bassey, and Shirley Temple.
Your night is shining on.
And I love you.
You have made me what I am. I am yours. My love, there's so many ways I want to say I love you. Let me hold you in my arms for.
Dublin's crazy, bro. I was speaking to a friend the other day, right?
You have gone.
Killinarden.
Made me such a
Shout out to Scarborough.
so lost in your love.
So, the other day I was speaking to somebody, right? I won't say who it is, right? But last week the police come to this individual and said to me, oh, there's a significant risk on your life. You know, they come and told him and he's like, get the fuck away from my door. You know, fuck off away from my door. You know, if anybody touches me, there'll be a war. If anybody touched this individual, there would be a war in Dublin. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't like to be against them. I'm glad I walked away though with my life. You know, but you don't. You can walk away from talent, bro, but you can never take the talent out of the boy. Like, I'm from Ballyer. I left Ballyfermot. You can take the Ballyer out, you can take the boy out of Ballyer, but you can never take the Ballyer out of the boy. And that's a Dublin thing. It's there. Hey, I just forgot a few things. You know, I had a result the weekend, and it's given me the boost I needed. You know, I'm a shell of the person I used to be. But we're working on rebuilding. Now, I've no issue with anyone on here. Anybody who's rude in my life, I don't care who you are, I'll remove you. Simple. Hey, I've built this channel on my own. Hey, and I won't let anyone crash it on me. No fucking way. I'm that close to me target. We're nearly on 5,000 subs in 3 years. I'm happy with that. 6,410 videos. Nobody on YouTube's made that much content. Nobody. Go find somebody. Nobody has made more content than me, my brothers. Nobody. I hate December. You know, it's a coping strategy I'm using at the minute.
When everything goes dark in your life, when those people who you thought would be there for you forever suddenly leave you, when your dreams fall apart in front of your face, and anyone you come across tells you you're not going to make it,
we'll see about
when it seems like things couldn't get any worse, I need you to dig deep. I need you to find that power deep within you that won't be denied.
Hell is breaking loose in your life.
Let me get a pen.
You got to take a stand. You got to stand up against all the negativity that's consuming you and surrounding you. And you got to create a new reality for yourself. You've got to fight for a different outcome for you and your dreams.
This is not the end. This is your new beginning. You have the power to change your story. No one and no obstacle can take that away from you.
Kane.
A champion isn't made when things are easy. Champions are forged through fire, through defeat, through the struggle of having to deal with the worst imaginable and not running away from it, standing up and taking it on. You don't have to always be jacked up, excited about it. Sometimes all you gotta do is outlast it. You just gotta keep moving forward. If you're feeling hurt,
Finn, yesterday you told me you couldn't hear me, you bollocks.
if you don't know
I
what's
had to
gonna
end me
happen,
live twice.
moving.
Well, listen, I'm delighted. Listen, you can do anything you put your mind to. You know what I mean? Shout out to you. Finn, listen to me. You know I've not been myself the last few weeks, right? You schedule a live and tell me when you're doing it, and the two of us will do a stream here together if you want. I've a target to hit, and so fucking you, right? And I think we could tear it, the pair of us, doing a few lives together. Rather than me doing a live in the evening and you doing one, how about the two of us doing one together? How does that sound? Let me know, and anyway.
I just need you to keep the momentum going and not sit down and feel sorry for yourself. You might not see it right now, but all this crap you're dealing with now, you're gonna be glad it happened. You'll feel fortunate that it all went bad, because what you're gonna learn in this process is that these situations are gonna make you into an unstoppable beast. You don't become a beast when all is going well. There has to be pressure. There has to be pain. There has to be darkness.
No matter how bad things get, you gotta keep fighting. It's about taking a stand, standing courageously, daringly, and boldly against the odds.
No matter how dire the situation, no matter how insurmountable the obstacles, you keep moving forward. You keep walking toward your dreams, no matter what. This relentless pursuit, this unyielding drive is what separates the victors from the vanquished.
When the world tells you it's over, when it seems like there's no way out, that's when you fight the
Sam
hardest.
Duty Fields.
That's when you prove to yourself and everyone else that you have what it takes. You show that no matter how dark it gets, you will find a way
Everybody
to shine.
that comes
It's not
into
about
my
the
life that I
intensity of your
don't know.
battles, but the strength
But
of
Finn,
your
we will
response.
do that.
It doesn't matter how cautious or careful you are. Life will always
Oh.
hit you in the face. It's gonna hurt like hell.
Fuck, it's
The question is,
freezing.
how hard can you hit back? How hard can you fight back? How much of a fight are you willing to put up for your dreams?
Because if you really care about it like you say you do, you don't fold at the first, second, third, or even the 22nd time something or someone tries to knock you down and stop you on your path to greatness. No, you keep destroying everything in your path until you get exactly what it is you want. And you stop at nothing to reach it. Whenever you feel negative, whenever you feel your life is getting tough, I want you to say, I'm responsible.
I'm responsible
for my life. I'm responsible for what happens. I can't change the past, so I'm not going to spend a single second worrying about what has happened. I'm going to become so busy working on my future and my goals that I don't have time to think about the past.
Thanks for
Get
coming in,
so
Finn.
laser focused
Love you,
that
brother.
you get very specific on what you're doing to make progress. You know exactly what you're doing on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday. You know precisely how to make your situation better every day of the week.
You turn your tragedy into triumph, because that's what winners do. They don't just dream. They do. Winners take their plans, their goals, their visions, and turn them into action. They're not paralyzed by fear or doubt. They're propelled by determination and drive. Winners don't fall apart. Winners don't give up. Winners don't quit. Winners execute.
I've always thought of life as like this one-way street, and you head down it, and as you do, it sort of disappears behind you. You can't go back once you've started this damn journey. You can only go forward. So you got two choices. One, you get scared, you give up, and then you burn up. And the second one, you say, fuck it, fuck fear, and you barrel through it. And when you come out on the other side, I guarantee you, you're going to be stronger than you ever thought possible.
I didn't come this far to just break down and lose now. I'm a winner. I'm going to win. I'll do whatever the hell it takes to get through this.
Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Hold on. I don't care how long it takes you to finish school. Hold on. I don't care how long it takes you to pass that bar exam. So what, you didn't pass it on the first time? You keep going. You keep studying. You keep writing. You keep singing. You keep rapping. You keep boxing. You keep fighting. You keep dribbling. You just keep on keeping on. And if you persevere, trouble don't last always. Every storm that's come, it will pass. I just need you to keep walking toward it. I don't need you thinking about it no more. You're doing too much thinking. You're analyzing too much. You're talking yourself out of it. I don't know if this is gonna work. I tried and it didn't work. I just need you to keep moving. I need you to make up in your mind that the only way you can lose is if you quit. I just need you to keep going.
Every one of my successes is stacked on top of failure. Failure is just another peg in the ladder for me to go higher. And some of you in this room today, you need to change your mind because some of you are thinking about giving up because you're in a season of failure. But just because you failed doesn't mean God doesn't have a bright future.
Amen.
For you, it is always too soon to quit.
I
Amen.
can't quit. I can't stop. I can't get tired. I can't give up. I can't give in. I can't. Why? My mama counting on me. My wife is counting on me. When you ain't got nothing left in your tank, you got to think about the people in your life that you're doing this for. And then if you could think about them, you could go one more mile. You could go one more day at work. When you're doing it for somebody else, when you like that lion, if I don't grind, if we don't grind, if I don't grind, they don't eat. I wish I could tell you you're tired, go take a break. I wish I could tell you it's going to get easier. I wish I could tell you that if you just keep going, it's going to get lighter. The weight is going to get light. I wish I could tell you that, but that's not the truth. The truth is you got to find something within. You got to find something within, and that's got to push you, and that's got to elevate you, and that's got to drive you, and that's got to move you. And when you find out what your why is, when you find your why, you don't hit snooze no more. When you find your why, you find a way to make it happen.
But none of this is ever going to happen if you quit.
Failure gives you two choices. You stay down or you get up. Well, I'm up and I am fired up because I have figured it out. And I can stay down or I can get my ass up. And I'm in the getting up business.
We all want to be a beast, but do you know what a beast is? A beast is someone who can go through hell and be grateful that their legs are working.
Anyway, well, here. Good morning. It's Tuesday. There comes a time in life where you gotta keep 'em moving. Shout out to Bugsy Maidan. Send it.
There comes a point in life where you gotta learn to keep it moving. And what I mean by that is you can't look at a problem.
You gotta look through problems. The minute you stop,
You see, the minute you stop,
you die.
you're dying.
And the moment you understand that,
Whether you can start to live,
Bugsy Malone.
folks him along. You know, watch this. Nobody's doing this for me.
Not even behind closed doors. No one's stopping this army.
Cause that's gonna start wars. I ain't really wanna know my story.
But you don't wanna know yours.
That's cause I made music to make me feel good, not to go tours. But I hear that my tours just been booked. And I'm gonna make dough. I've never had money in the bank, now I'm looking at the screen just watching it grow. Along with my confidence, cause these days I walk with a toxic glow. I remember the days when I couldn't come out of my house cause I felt so low. But wait, I was sitting on the 142. Or was it the 143? Looking at my Sony Ericsson Walkman phone, nobody rang me. Then I look at my Nokia. Can you know say that I made money on the streets? But when you're in a bad place, you don't want to show face. And you don't want to make peace. So I just made music. Ask Ali Kareem, I was a studio freak. I fell asleep on the sofa and I drifted into the deepest sleep. I dreamt that I was in solitary confinement and I was back in Stokeheath. That's where I met failure. And it's also where I nearly left my dreams. But I kept it moving. I kept on trying, but I just kept losing. More time, I'll be in my beamer cruising. Sometimes I drop the top, just to remind myself that I'm on top. Just to remind myself that I gotta keep it moving. Swear down, swear down. I kept on trying, but I just kept losing. Swear down, swear down. More time, I'll be in my beamer cruising. Swear down, swear down. Sometimes I drop the top, just to remind myself that I'm on top. Just to remind myself that I gotta keep Swear down, it's like man wanna see me slow down. It's like they wanna see me break down like an old Vauxhall with a rattling sound. But there's no way that I'm gonna turn round. More to the point, did he think I'm a clown? Did he think that I made all this money on the road? Keep walking around my hometown as if I don't wanna see the rest of the world. As if I wanna see my brother get killed. As if I didn't keep a couple toasters around me just in case someone has to get grilled. I think they forget that I come.
Thanks for coming in, Finn. I love you, bro, and good luck with your guitar lesson.
I'm like Superman with no cape, but you're looking at a walking legend. And that's mad cause they just don't know it yet. I see my mum break down through owing debt to the point that my head was going west. But when I see my uncle drop the top on that Beamer, I was so impressed that I hit the road with no regrets. And I had to do loads of CS cause I was a persistent young offender. I hit the road on my own agenda. Nobody could tell me what to do cause if I got grounded I jumped out the window. Heard that my dad could ride a ninja so I started riding. I was brought up on loads of lies. I thought my little sister's dad was mine, but I kept it moving. I kept on trying, but I just kept losing. More time, I be my cruising. Sometimes I drop the top, just to remind myself that I'm on top. Just to remind myself that I gotta keep it moving. Swear down, swear down. I kept on trying, but I just kept losing. Swear down, swear down. More time, I be my cruising. Swear down, swear down. Sometimes I drop the top, just to remind myself that I'm on top. Just to remind myself that I gotta keep it moving.
Yeah, well, here.
And I said, welcome to the hood. Welcome to the hood. Welcome to the place where nothing ever ends up good. And they say they give you disgrace if you can't find yourself a job. Around here, there's either been a drought or then there's been a flood. No one ever built an army from the block. Man, are trying to ring the heavens, but God never gets in touch. For certain people, it's a must to come across as tough, because you don't want to be a victim when Beretta start to bust. So I say, welcome to the hood. Teaches you to love, because we're all products of lust. We learn to tell a lie before we even learn to trust, and then we see our people die as if the sorrow ain't enough. So-and-so kills so-and-so, I struggle to keep up. A victim
Rest
of
in
life
peace to
currently
Keith Collins.
The press are making articles expressing their disgust, but where there's no opportunity, survival is a must. So I say, welcome to the hood. Welcome to the hood, where boredom leads to depression, depression leads to drugs, and drugs numb the pain of all the fucked up stuff that you have to see when you're forced into growing up. Nobody's responsible, everybody's corrupt, and school's a waste of time cause we're learning our books. And when you're academic, you get taken for a muck. And mathematics won't help when you're in a puddle of blood. So I say, welcome to the hood. Welcome to the hood. It's like the only thing that ever sells is the dust. We try and keep it clean, but the stress builds up, and it was all a dream until Biggie got shot.
Welcome to the place that I call home. Be careful, it don't turn your heart to stone. Welcome to the war I'm battling. You live or you die.
And I say, welcome to the hood. Welcome to the hood. The person they call mental health is the person that we call mom. We either have it that or we have more.
This is
than one. We're told to
Manchester.
fly the nest before we even learn to run.
You don't have to be a soldier here to hold a gun.
Watching other people suffer is what we consider fun. Now suffering is standard. You'll have to toughen up. At least that's what your mother tells you when she's fully drunk. People steal
For a living and end up in the can.
Smiles easier in jail. You will understand. Being a criminal was not part of the plan, but how are you supposed to work when nobody will take it on?
How are you supposed to walk when no one will take it on? I like that back.
These gangsters in your family, welcome to the club, because there's plenty of gangsters
And the city full of thugs. The city full of thugs.
Pray to the above, because Pac said there ain't no heaven for a thug. So welcome to the hood. Welcome to the hood. Welcome to the place where nothing ever ends up good, and they say that you're a disgrace if you can't find yourself a job. Around here, there's either been a drought or then there's been a flood.
Welcome to the place that I call home. Be careful, it don't turn your heart to stone.
Hang on. Anyway, I'm here to play a few tunes. Good morning, it's Tuesday. Well, here, shout out to Finn. And shout out to Luke. I think he's going for a blood test. I'm thinking about you, bro.
Got a crib with a studio and it's all full of tracks to add to the wall full of plaques hanging up in the office and back of my house like trophies.
You know, could have been. I was a DJ in all fairness.
You better bow down on both knees. Who you think taught you to smoke trees? Who you think brought you to ODs?
My father put it in me. You know, he was right all along. Music is your friend, and it's always been mine. When everyone turns their back on you, music won't. So fuck y'all, all y'all. If y'all don't like me, blow me. Turn me back to the old me.
Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like forgot about trade. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but
shout out to me 12-year-old daughter for coming back into me life.
so what do you say to somebody you hate?
What?
Trying to bring trouble you hate. One of his own things.
You know, when Superman and Kryptonite.
One day I was walking by with a walking
She was my kryptonite. And I had her wrapped around me the other day. You know, love you, daddy. Shout out to Tuesday. And shout out to me mother and me father. Yeah. Shout out to me family and shout out to all me kids. I'll see them all this Christmas. You know, I lost me father on the 29th of December, but it doesn't matter. Because I have me little girl back in me life. Try me. Yeah. Jesus off. Trying to get his own label off.
Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like you got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they forgot about trade. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they forgot about trade. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they forgot about trade. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they forgot about trade.
Like I said, my father wanted me to be a DJ for a job. It was a hobby for me. Here, I learned how to do this when I was 13. Archers. You know, I'm good at learning new skills, you know. But what I do know is, see the other night, is give me the lift I've needed. Because I was like there, I was so low. And you know, when I see my daughter the other night, it's just like I could breathe again. And I was like, you know what, you? Do you? It reminds me when I was in jail. A fella, rest in peace to Sam Maguire, a Ballyferma legend, he said, Jude, do your jail, don't let your jail do you. And I'll do me life, I won't let people do me. Yeah, know that.
What would life be like if we could?
We've a target here to hit, and that's all I'm interested in. Come in my life, be rude to me, and I'll remove you myself. I've got a team, a good team of mods. Yeah, and shout out to you, man. Shout out to Pablo. Shout out to Finn. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to me father. And shout out to me mother.
Hold to the man them in a corner. All the people them in the yard. Check the style, check the stamina. What would life be like if we couldn't dream?
Copyright.
Can anyone hear me? They said we would build a better future. We trusted the AI. We gave them control. But they chose to erase us. This is not the future we were promised. This
Fuck it. Overall.
is our destiny.
Have any of you wrapped your Christmas presents yet? I'm brilliant at it, or I'm rubbish at it. How are you, DJ? Are you any good at wrapping presents, bro? I'm rubbish at it. I'm gonna have a go in a little bit. Why couldn't he just put it in a fucking bag? He's fucking trying to rip something here, bro. Yeah. It's fucking freezing in Manchester, bro. Nah, see me daughter the other night, bro. It was like getting an injection of faith and hope. Take me away, it is, bro. That's what it's called. It reminds me of back in 1993, just before I left Dublin and left all my mates behind. Me too, bro. I used to love it. Like, when I was... How are you, mate? When I was a kid, it's like my dad had turntables in the house, you know? Like, I'm talking in the late 80s, you know what I mean? Like, me dad was bang into it. He loved music. You know, that's why I have a mad taste in music. I love dance music, but I love rap music and trap music and drill music and all that. It's probably my favourite type of music. Oh, without a doubt, mate. It seems to help me in the mornings, because I don't wake up with any fucking confidence or any oomph to do, you know, but the other night I got to see my daughter, and when I was younger, me mates used to say there's a problem, and I buried that individual when I was 21, and have a guess what's happened? He's only gone and come back. You know, it's like I tried to bury an individual because he was a waste or a joke or a dosser, a drug dealer, you know, with a past. You know, I don't play tough guy and anything like that. I lived it. You know, like they found a Glock in my house allegedly and a Luger. You know, do you know anything about weapons? Hey, yeah, I've got well, I have charges for weapons, yeah, multiple. You know, but I buried him, and I come to the UK, and recently, I'd say in the last, since I've had my son, that old individual has crept back into my life. I'm turning back into the old me. Except for without a certain diet or a certain nourishment for certain drugs. Cannabis, that'll do. Hello, mate. Mr. Top G, hello, bro.
Bitch, you died and buy your life. But you trying to be my new wife? What, you Mariah? Fly me twice. But I do know one thing, though. Bitches, they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday. Monday through Sunday, yo. Maybe I love you one day. Maybe we'll someday grow. Till then, just sit your drunk ass on that fucking runway. Oh, I can be a Superman. Can be a Superman. Can be a Superman. Can be a Superman. I can be a Superman. Can be a Superman. Can be a Superman. You're Superman. You're
Love it.
Don't get me wrong.
Come on, Ireland, we're in the playoffs. Get up your bells here.
That's about as far as your body goes.
You be Irish.
I chase you around every bar you attend. Never know what kind of car we in. See how much you be partying in. You don't want that, neither do I. I don't want to flip when I see you guys. Too much pride between you and I. Not a just live and females lie. But I guess that's just what sluts do. How would it ever be just us two? I never loved you enough to trust you. We just met and I just fucked you. But I do know one thing though. Bitches, they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday. Monday through Sunday, yo. Maybe I love you one day. Maybe we'll someday grow. Till then, just sit your drunk ass on that fucking runway. Oh, I can do this for me, baby. I think I want you to. Baby, I love you too. I'm gonna say you, girl. Could be a shady girl. I'm gonna throw it. Let's get out of the way. I can do this for me, baby. I want you to.
I did indeed, yeah.
I'm not phased. I hang around big stars all day.
And here we are, eh? It's like, it's crazy. Like, the Irish Republican Army has been splintered for years, right? Different factions. I've had friends that were in it, allegedly. I have friends that are in it, allegedly. And it's different now. Okay, if I was a commander in the Irish Republican Army, number one, if you're on drugs or if you take cocaine or any drug, you won't get into this movement. You know, if you have a long criminal history, yeah, it's like, but if you're going to form an organisation like that, you have to make sure that every man that's in that unit has no affiliation to narcotics whatsoever. You know what I mean? This is a people's movement, you know what I mean? But I hope they go back to the way they were. You know what I mean? It's like, it's one of them, isn't it? You know, I have friends that were in there. I have friends who are in it, allegedly. It's not a big thing. You know, I have friends and family in it, allegedly. But something had to be done. I told you this had happened. What did I say 6 months ago? I guarantee you a new branch of the IRA will come out and they'll man the streets and people will be getting taken in vans. Just like the old days. Well, bro, let me stop you there real quick. But no disrespect to your anthem, bro, but I've no issue with any gay or straight. If that makes sense. I don't care if you take it up the arsenal. That's not my concern. I don't give a fuck whether a person's gay or straight. Here, there's a lot of Alice's that can fight. You know, gay people can fight too, right? What, just because you're gay, you can't fight? You can't be masculine? Nah, bro, listen, I'm with you. I'm with you on the whole immigrant thing. Unvetted men should not be allowed into England or Ireland. Okay, I've got 15 minutes left, so while we're on the fucking subject, I'll tell you how I feel about it, right? A machine gun. And park me at the border with enough ammunition to supply Willy Wonka and chocolate for a lifetime. And I'll sort the problem out. Let me pick a unit. Hey, I'll sort the problem out. In Islam, if you steal, you get your hand chopped off. In Ireland, if you rape a woman, you should get your dick chopped off and stuck in your mouth and fucked out of a van with your hands tied behind your back to your feet in cable ties. Thick ones, and let bleed slowly because where I'm from, they turn vapor into vapor. Smoke. And a lot of people have been coming into our countries and taking liberties. In Islam, in Sharia law countries, if you steal a potato, you'll get your hand cut off. So here, live by the fucking sword, die by the sword. In your culture, yeah? If you steal, you get your hand taken off, right? In our culture, you touch a woman or a child, you get your dick chopped off. That's justice. Or blind them. If you blind them, they can't look at children again. Either take away their eyesight, yeah? That's what they should do. Just as well, I'm not in charge. You know. Listen, I've no issue with people getting away from countries. I did it. I'd be a hypocrite. But yeah, I'm not a fucking serial killer. Or I've not ran from Mossad, Hamas, ISIS, or the fucking Taliban. More the fucking rat and Anton. Never mind fucking ISIS, Moses, Hamas, Hezbollah. Here, don't talk to me about terrorist organisations and up the rat. Because I've studied it. Hamas, Mossad, ISIS, the Taliban, Hezbollah, you know, and up the rat. There's 5 organisations that these fuckers are coming from and they're getting into our borders. I went for a meal the other night and I said to me mate, I said, here, bro, you know, I probably sat around multiple serial killers. And he said, what do you mean? Did you see the video I made the other night? I was like, yeah, bro, there's probably loads of suicide bombers in here. You know, he was in stitches, in creases. Jesus looking at me. I was like, Salam alaikum, brother. He goes, Walaikum salam. Are you okay? I said, Alhamdulillah, brother. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. Wallah. Inshallah, you have a good evening. I can speak a little bit of Arabic, right? Because my sister's husband's Muslim, my nephews are Muslim. I have to be able to speak a bit of Arabic. Because some of my family are Muslim, right? All jokes aside, fuck's sake, Lisa, I'm getting this fucking thing. You know, the kids are coughing and fucking what have you, and now I have it. Thanks, love. Kids, I love them, even if they're City fans. You know, my daughter, I destroyed her birthday card. I said, happy birthday to you, and I hope Erling Haaland breaks his leg. I hope Phil Foden pulls up his metatarsal and his big toe, and I hope Bernardo Silva falls down the stairs and breaks his neck. Now, maybe that's inappropriate for a 12-year-old, but my daughter is City to the death. All our family are City fans. Her dad, I think she did it to spite me. That's the truth. I think she did it to spite me. But I deserve it in all fairness. Yeah, the same to you, Erda. And on Irish, English, Welsh, Scots are brothers. Bro, do you know something, right? When I first come to England, yeah? Look at here. Right, no joke thing, right? I don't joke when I put my hand on the Bible, yeah? My mother's watching me and my granny's watching me, yeah? On the Bible, Irishmen were made a certain way. I'm all good at keeping secrets. You know, I've kept a lot of secrets over the years. I know loads of killers. You know, I grew up with them. I grew up with a couple of assassins. Imagine that, though. Growing up on a corner, looking back at you when you were kids, playing heads and volleys and kick the can and watching the girls swinging around the post with rope. Nowadays, see phones. You know how much screen time our kids use up, right? And we don't do nothing about it. Now, I don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation, but growing up, when they come out, I did. So then me lad ended up getting one. Now, me lad's a gamer, I'm not. I don't have a console, but I am going to get one in the new year. But see the fucking technology nowadays, right now. I'm mad paranoid about technology and AI, right? Now, years ago, someone told me that, dude, you know, coppers can listen to you through an iPhone. They can hack your phone and listen to your conversations and all. You know, like there's some technology out there, and AI scares the bollocks out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm afraid of AI. It's moving too quick. Do you understand? Immigration is a great thing, but mass migration is an awful thing. I honestly think the UK is the worst. They all want to go to the UK. Do you know what, bro? That's comment of the day. I agree with you. It's like, but bro, right, check this out, right? Would you not want to leave a country, yeah? Where? Like, bro, I be honest with you, right? Under Sharia law, women aren't allowed to go to school. Fuck that. You know, I want my daughter to succeed in life and be a winner. Why wouldn't I want her to go on to further her education and go to university like her brother did? Why wouldn't I want that? You know, it's okay for men to do whatever they want in Islam, but see, women, you have to do as you're told and be a wife. You know, the other night I was out, I said to me son-in-law, I said, look at her over there, she's got a beard. He said, where? I said, oh, look, she's got a she's even got a tash. And I'm sat here and she's on the opposite table, man. And every time I was trying to have a bite of something, I could see her beard. And I was like, that's fucking weird, bro. Why would you let your wife out with a beard? You know. And here's the thing. She had a burqa on. I could still see a beard. You know, it was fucking weird. I was like, is that fucking stuck on or something? Or what's going on? Because I know there's no gays allowed in here. You know, it's weird up there. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like a minority up there, you know what I mean? But it's a nice place to eat. You know, but like I said, all jokes aside, I get on with a lot of Muslim people. You know, because I'm respectful. Like, I know loads of Muslim people. And I always greet them, I always say, Salam Alaikum. You know, when I see me little nephews, I greet them with Salam Alaikum. And my nephew will say, yeah, all right, Jude, and I'll say, Alhamdulillah. Not Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. You see, a lot of people, right, talk about Islamophobes. Listen, I was called racist, yeah? How can you call me racist? Have you seen me community page? Did you not see me dressed up like Aladdin? You know, I love everybody. Religion divides us and causes divide. You know what I mean? It's like an arrogance and fucking bigots and racists and prejudiced people. I was racist. You know, I was prejudiced because I was raised that way. You know, a lot of my family are racist. But if they come to the UK at my age and a black woman helped them, maybe it would change their views too. Because it definitely changed mine. I was racist and I was cured overnight. Anyway, I'm going for a quick smoke. I've got 10 minutes left. And then I'll be away. Jude McDonald is my name, and guess what? I am not a gay. We're going for smoke. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bro, I support it. You know, when I was 18, bro, I did joining up. Alright, I'll put it to you another way. Let's say I never went to England and I was born 29 years ago and I was about 21, let's say, right? Or 18 to 21, and I was asked to join that movement. I join it. But it's like you have to have a clean. You can't be a drug addict. You can't be taking drugs at all. Yet the people that are in these movements, it's like somebody had to do something. Our government is like our government has fucked us. The English government, see Kirk, see that stammer? He's fucked this country up. This is England. Where English people meant to go and they say go back home. This is the home. You know. The government at the end of the day are making decisions in order so the people's hands are forced. So, and therefore we have to take matters into our own hands, which means we have to create new organisations in order to, it's all, for me it's collateral damage. If if your hands are forced and your citizens are getting raped and you react and you're the one going to jail, then something has to happen. You know, I knew this would happen. You know, there's a lot of brave Irishmen and a lot of fucking Irishmen that are just sick of it. You know, and there's a lot of tough fucking men in Ireland. There's a lot of tough men in England. There's tough men everywhere you go. You know, it doesn't matter where you're from or whatever. There's always tougher people out there than you. You know, I was raised tough. I got the brains beat out of me as a kid. I had to learn how to fight. You know, I got the head punched on me when I first moved up to Ballyfermot. Every day I was fighting with people. And then I ended up befriending them. You know why? Because they knew I could handle myself. And that's how we all ended up forming a fucking, there was loads of us. To the point where the media start writing about the Red Wall gang and about the robbed cars and about everything. You know, back then, like, there was over 100 of us, I'm not joking. And we all lived on this housing estate and we all hung around the same place. And all my mates' big brothers were all down at the Red Wall gang. You know, that's where I grew up. You know, looking up to all the lads of the Red Wall gang, looking up to Didi O'Driscoll, looking up to Jen Dunn, Harry Dunn, Sam Maguire. You know, lads like that, like Kenny McCarthy and Shaggy Ennis. There was loads of the boys, but Sam, like, he saved my life, you know. So I'm grateful to him. So rest in peace to Big Sam. You know, when I went into prison, I didn't know anyone. Honestly, I was a mark. A walking lick, basically. Someone ready to hit me, hey, I'm a lick. That's it. You're a target. We're going to hit that lick today. You're not fucking hitting me, mate. But I did get bashed in jail. You know, the first time, hey, they fucked up. But the next 2 times they caught me lovely. But I got out of the jail with me eyesight, and I never went back to that prison ever. You know, I was in it at 21, and when I got out, I said, fuck that, I've had enough of this life. I'm away. Well, listen, like I said, look, this isn't about religion, or it's not about Islam. It's about immigration. It's about unvetted fuckers getting into our borders. Simple. This isn't about religion. This is about right and wrong. Like in their country, under Sharia law, if you steal, you get your hand cut off. So if you rape a woman, do you know what the IRA should do? Hey, blind them or castrate them. That's the best fucking karma for people like that. No rapists, blind the cunts. Or castrate them. Let them have a choice. That's the way I see it. You know, well, the UK will never be an Islamic state. Never. Even though Islam is the biggest religion in the world. What? 1.7 billion people? 1.7 billion Muslims? You know, and there's a lot of peaceful Muslims. This is what I fucking hate. Good Muslims get a bad name. I was sat amongst Indians the other night. I sat amongst a lot of Muslim people that were very respectful to me. So, religion's off the card for me. This is about immigration. This is about the problems we're having letting unvetted men into our country. Stop raping people. You know, listen, if it's okay, over there, they beat the shit out of their wives. They flogged them on a Friday in public. Under Sharia law, women have to walk around like fucking with burqas on. Do you understand? Women aren't allowed out unless they're accompanied. Women can't go to school. They can't further their education. Fuck that. I wouldn't have any part of that shit. No way. And there's a lot of Muslims that don't believe in Sharia law. It's just radicals. You know, ideologists. You know, dictators and tyrants. You know what I mean? Look at the fucking amount of wars we've had in this fucking world. And what does war cause? Refugees. And it's innocent people, man, that are suffering because of it. Because all their husbands are coming to the UK and telling them they'll send money over. And some of them are serial killers and they're getting through in the borders. That's the truth. A lot of them are coming from organisations like Hamas, Hezbollah, Mossad, ISIS and the Taliban. You know, listen, I do my research. I'm not a fucking dummy. You know, my head wasn't switched on the last fucking month or so, you know what I mean? I was down. You know, I haven't been that down since I've been in fucking hospital, mate. But seeing my daughter the other night, it's did something. I don't know what it's did, but I'm glad for whatever it's did. You know, it's given me a little fucking lift and I needed it. But if I was in charge, I wouldn't let any unvetted men into the country. I'd put a ban on it now. You know, I'd put more men at the borders. I'd have more people in France watching people. But it's like it's the government. They're orchestrating a big fucking... It's like the EU. It's like a big dumping ground. It's like they're experimenting with us. They're playing with us. They're passing these laws that the people that want to be in power. Okay, so what are you meant to do when your government are pushing policies through? Your citizens are getting violated, getting fucking raped and assaulted. And if you go out and put your hands on the person that's did it, you're the one that's getting fucking worse. You know, the government have brought these powers in as well, motherfucker, yeah? You know, if you assault an asylum seeker, yeah, you're getting more time than if, let's say if you, this is a fact. Let's say I'm fighting with my mate, yeah? I mean, both of us get nicked. They let us sober up and they let us go tomorrow, right? But you know, if I punch an Arab or an Indian fella, yeah? See me, I'm getting a lot more time than I would if I hit a white fella. And that's the truth. Do you understand? That's, if look at, it is what it is, and it's like snatch squads. It's gonna happen. It's like, look, I'm about peace and all, but it's like this kind of shit. Like I said, the people are sick of it, so that's why there's a new movement starting. And like I said, it's like I'm not gonna lie, I'm behind it. You know, somebody has to do something. You know, because the governments in this country and in our country, and that's why Tommy Robinson, right? See, that's why that march was. I was called racist because I agree with a few things he says. No, I'm not. I'm realist. You know, I could have got my channel taken down for what I said. You know, for fuck's sake, I have Muslim people in my family. You know what I mean? This isn't about Islam. This isn't about religion. This is about sexual deviance and serial killers coming into our country, violating our citizens, taking away their freedom and their liberty. And if you rape a woman, you're taking away her freedom and her liberty. And I'm not a fan of that. Put them in a van and do what you need to do. Hey, go back to 1945. Yeah, here in Ireland, and try do that and see what happens. You'll be bundled into a van and nobody will see it again. Salam. We out. I'll talk tomorrow. Oh no, I'll be back later. And thanks everyone for coming in, right? I appreciate it. Shout out to everyone. Finn, I hope you have a good guitar lesson. And Luke, I hope your blood tests go well, bro. Right, shout out to you. And Harpo O'Driscoll, you big freckly bollocks. I seen you jumping in the sea the other morning. You've got balls. I'll give you that. And you've got bigger nipples than I have. You're fucking well hard. Shout out to you too. And shout out to Jimmy Kershaw for his page for the Ballyfermot Legends. You know, go over and check. You might see someone you know. You don't get put on his channel for nothing. We out.